Today we have Mr. Judson Vaughan joining us. He is an insurance agent from ALFA Insurance. He's worked with ALFA for 12 years. He's local to the area. He lives in Millbrook with his wife, Katie, and two kids. For those who don't know about ALFA, can you tell them a little bit about you guys?
Absolutely. So, first of all, thank you for having me on. Um, and so, since 1946, ALFA Insurance has been headquartered here in Montgomery and on the Southern Boulevard across from Baptist South. And I think there's something very special about having a local insurance company. Um, Most of the time, whenever stuff happens and you need the insurance company, we're there. We're not going to send you on a wild goose chase with an 800 number or having to fly someone in to come and help. We've got local folks located in all 67 counties. We're the only insurance company that's actually got boots on the ground in all 67. So that's something that I've always thought was very special.
I've always wondered with Alpha, what is it that makes your rates so good? Is it because when I think of Alpha, I just think local because it's right, what, Alabama?
Georgia and Mississippi.
Okay, Alabama, Georgia, and Mississippi. So, and when I look at these other places where they're discontinuing the insurances and stuff, I have to wonder if that's because those other companies, they're paying out on forest fires and earthquakes and landslides that are all happening on the West Coast that we don't have to deal with here.
That's right.
So I mean, is that one of the drivers behind having good rates?
I think that is one of the factors. I think that as far as claims go, the most claims that we see in Alabama on the auto side are normally deer claims from folks hitting deer. And then on the homeowner side are wind and hail claims because although we don't have to worry about the forest fires and earthquakes and things of that nature, we do have wind and hail storms pretty regularly, especially during the summer. Um, and so that is one of the reasons that our rates are so competitive. But I think that we just have a great team upstairs that crunches numbers well. And we try to stay competitive in the marketplace at all times.
And then one of my favorite things about you guys is that there's always a close local alpha because even in rural Alabama, there's an alpha somewhere.
That's right.
And anytime I had to do a claim, usually, I've done something with my car. um, it's so easy. You guys are so quick to do everything.
Well, I think that's one of the perks of being an alpha client is, you have access to any alpha office. We've got agents and CSRs in all 67 counties, but we've also got claims staff all over the state as well. So you're not going to be out of pocket by waiting on someone long term. One thing I think is funny. I've always thought that insurance companies should have to put signs in the yards whenever there's a hailstorm that comes through and actually prove how long it took for that claim to get filed and how long it took for that claim to get settled. Because like our
Oh yeah.
commercials say, paid is better than pending.
hmm
And so that's one thing that I am very proud of.
That would be amazing, actually, if you guys would do that.
I've always thought so.
I think if I was an agent, I would be doing that.
Yes, yes.
I would do that anyway. That's good advertisement. Oh my gosh. Especially when you see everybody else still with a tarp on their roof and
Yes,
yours has already been fixed.
absolutely.
Yep. All right. So you do cars, you do homes. What else do you cover?
So we do a good amount of farm owners. So Alpha actually falls underneath the Alabama Farmers Federation. So that is something that we're pretty heavy in. I don't have a ton of farms in my area that I work with, but I do have a handful. So we write a lot of farm owner policies. We do watercrafts. We do write life insurance. I always try to make sure that folks know that. as well as commercial insurance. So, home, auto, and life are probably our three biggest.
And then, so when you say commercial, like, so if you own like a small business
Correct.
or a
We have
large business?
a wide array of different commercial policies.
Hmm.
Everything from churches to small businesses. Um, we write a lot of lawn care, landscaping, kind of just different. We don't write all commercial lines, but we have a whole lot in our tool belt.
Okay, well, good. And then I know that y'all bundle some stuff, don't you? Because I think
We
some of my
do.
stuff is bundled.
Yes, yes. The more policies you have, the better the rates are.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's pretty run of the mill for insurance companies. But we try to give you as many discounts as we possibly can.
Hmm. And then you also have something else. You have perks for the members.
Correct. Correct. And so we've got perks on everything from car seats to hotels to car rentals. There's discounts for different theme parks that are regional around our area. We even go up and to do discounts into like the Georgia Aquarium, to
Oh, wow.
Dollywood. And all of that is included in your $36 annual Alabama Farmers Federation membership. Um,
Hmm.
and so we're about to offer, there's some new health plans that are coming out. Something that's going to be some not new to ALFA, but we're bringing back the health insurance side of things. So
Wow.
there's a good amount of different perks that our clients are available to use.
That's great. I actually didn't even know that about the health part. So that's good.
Yes,
And I always forget to use my perks. I know they're there.
that's right.
So I'm gonna have
There's an
to,
app you can use there. There's a member perk app that you can download, and it actually shows you in your area the different discounts that there are. Um, but we get new ones all the time, so they
yeah.
consistently try to add to that program.
Okay. And my sister's got the app. She keeps telling me I need to download the app.
Yes, you should listen to your sister.
I know, right?
Story of my life. Folks tell me I should listen to my brother. So
Well, I'm the younger sister, so as the middle child and the younger sister, I have resistance there.
I understand, completely understand.
All right, so um, if someone finds a property that they really like, because this happened to me yesterday, I was showing a property, and she said, "Is this in a flood zone?" So, what should I tell them? Should I tell them to come ask you, or should I just send them to the FEMA map or the mortgage person? Who should
So
they go to?
normally, and different areas in the state are more prone to having lots of flood policies. I don't see it a lot, but what I tell my folks are that sometimes the mortgage company can tell you, but having an updated flood elevation certificate from a land surveyor, that would tell you exactly what zone you're in, and those zones do change periodically. So just because you were in one zone, let's just say 5 years ago, that zone might have been updated, and the different zones come with different prices. Um, and so there's a couple of different ways to figure that one out.
Okay. So and then when just trying to see if the house is insurable, because I didn't know this before I was in real estate, I just assumed every house was insurable.
Right.
And when people are purchasing a home, one of the things that they need to make sure is in their contract is that the buyer is given a period of time to find out if the home is even insurable. Because I've actually had buyers come up and they've went to like a um, insurance broker. They ran it through a bunch of places, and only one place would insure that house. So,
It
can you talk
happens.
me through about that and how you decide if a house is insurable?
Absolutely. So we do require a little bit of personal information up front. And so most insurance companies do this, and Alpha's one of them. We run what's called an insurance score to qualify you for the product first. That insurance score is uh, based on your claims history, your payment history, as well as a soft hit on your credit. It doesn't show up as a pull, so it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't negatively affect you. That's something that people are concerned with sometimes, but it does not negatively affect you. Um, but then the condition of the home. You know, we look at the roof, and one of the main factors in rating a house these days is based on the age of the roof. Because, like we discussed a little bit earlier, those are the main claims that we see. So we rate on that on the age of the roof, and so we'll actually go up to 15 years on a roof for full replacement. Some insurance companies are going 5 and 10, but Alpha's not going to go that hardcore. We look at each individual case, but the rule of thumb is normally if the roof is 15 years or newer, we can put full replacement cost on that roof. Now, the rest of the home has also got to be in good condition. We inspect the homes ourselves. That's something that's different. Ahead of the time, we go out, on the front side of things, I go out to the home and make sure that the house doesn't have, a bunch of rotten wood, or let's just say a tree that's leaning into the house that's about to come down. Um, so we try to do that on the front side instead of binding a policy and then 30 days later finding out that the home is not insurable
Oh,
because of the
wow.
condition.
Yeah. Okay. So when someone finds a house that they like and they write the contract, in that period of time, they need to come to you and ask if it's insurable, and you'll come during that period of time.
Yes, ma'am. We will come
Okay.
out and do an inspection of the house. If
Hmm.
it's a if it's 1940s or newer, I don't have to go on the inside. I just come and take pictures of the outside.
Okay.
And so we don't send, I don't send a stranger out to do that. I come out there myself. Some policyholders like to meet with me firsthand, and that's fine. Um, some like to wait until we've got everything together, and that's also fine. So I come out and I inspect the property, make sure that, if you say that the roof was replaced a year ago, we just make sure that that roof still looks good. I have learned in my time that what might be okay to you might not be okay with an underwriter. So we try to
Okay.
get out there ahead of all of that. And so that has seemed to work best the past 12 years.
Okay. And then so you said that if the house is older than 1940.
If it's older than 1940, it's not a no. It's just that
Okay.
we need more information. So we get updated pictures of the inside. And then we also have to have, either if it's a new purchase, we need a copy of the inspection. And as long as the
Mhm.
plumbing and electrical are up to code and have been updated, then we write the house like we would a brand new home. But if they're not upgraded, then that would be something that would not qualify a home for coverage with Alpha.
Okay, so when I have a buyer who is looking at a house that's just been flipped, what do they need to bring to you to show the updated plumbing and
I just need something on
electrical?
letterhead, either the
Hmm.
inspection report or something on letterhead from a plumber and an electrician showing that everything is up to code. And
Okay.
so most of the ones in the area do this pretty regularly.
Hmm.
Especially in the Cloverdale area with those homes that so many of them that were built back in the 20s, and they're beautiful homes. We just require a little bit more paperwork.
Okay. All right. So they need to be prepared to either have the plumber or electrician give you that on letterhead, or you'll take a home inspection report where the home
Yes,
inspector
ma'am.
has said it's to code. Okay.
Correct.
All right, perfect. And then let's see. Oh, can you explain the difference between renter's insurance, house insurance, or like when you have a townhouse or a condo?
Yes, ma'am. So the main differences are renter's policy normally just contains contents coverage, There is some
Mhm.
personal liability for you, and we see those mainly in either in a rental home or in an apartment complex. An actual homeowner's policy that you have an insurable interest in the structure, like you own it or your name's on the deed. Um, we put coverage on the structure as well as your contents. And then on a townhouse or a condo, um, it's normally the walls in is how those go. There's normally a master policy
Mhm.
that takes care of the outside structure, and then your policy that you've got is going to take care of the wall from the studs in is normally is the best way to say that. So it's going to have contents coverage, and you'll have some dwelling coverage, just not enough. There's normally a master policy for the complex that
Mhm.
encompasses that. So
Okay. So, Judson, thank you so much for coming out
you're so welcome. Thank
and
you for
doing
asking.
this. Yeah, I've been wanting to do this because this is how much I love Alpha Insurance.
Well, I love to
Um,
talk about alpha. So
I I do too. It's really weird. But yeah, just thank you for doing this. And is there any other one last piece of advice you want to give consumers out there?
my little slogan is insurance is easy with Judson. And so I think over the past 12 years that has been my goal is to take the stress of insurance off of my clients. Life has its own stressors, and I can't fix everything, but I would like to think that when it comes time for your insurance, that's something that I can take care of, and I can eliminate some of that stress. And peace of mind is worth its weight in gold, and having one person that you can contact in regards to your auto, your home, your life, your business insurance, whatever the case may be, that has proven over the past 12 years to be very beneficial for my clients.
Yeah, that's great. I just love it. So if someone's interested in doing business with you, where do they need to go? I know you live in Millbrook,
I
so
live in Millbrook. I work in Montgomery. We go to church in Prattville. So I would like to think that the river region is my home. It is my new home, and I know it will. My wife teaches in Wetumpka, so I think we hit every single city during the week. So my phone number is 306-1602. Quotes are free, and I would love to talk to anybody that is interested in being a part of the Alpha family.
okay. I love it. And if they want to come hunt you down, you're over there right now at
I'm across from the hospital. I'm
there
at the
you
Big
go.
Alpha office,
The big Alpha office. There you go. The home office, right?
the home office.
I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're
And
so welcome.
hopefully, I'll send you some business real soon.
I would love to work with your clients, so I'll feel free.
All right. Thank you. Bye.